Hey, this is Raghee Horner, and I am talking to you from my office. Outside, it is a miserable, rainy Monday, but markets are open, so all is good, right? So what I wanted to talk about here really briefly, and I mean really briefly, is just the idea of momentum trades and how to place your orders in terms of bracketing the setup. So what we're looking at, and let me show you real quick here, the Aussie US dollar, and I want to talk about the directional bias first of all. What's happened to the daily chart? You take a look at the left side of this chart platform here. This is actually the Interbank FX Trader 4 platform. I've got the what's known as the Auto Chartist Power Stats platform running here. Of course, my grab candles and the 34 EMA wave. We've got a bearish market sentiment, bearish momentum. We can see that through the red grab candles, and while the 34 EMA wave is not really yet in a solid fixed 4 to 6 o'clock angle, it's definitely on its way. It's definitely transitioning to that. There's a lot that can be said for the continued, at least sideways range in the US dollar, but there's been a lot of weakness in crude, spurred on by what has been volatile and very weak equities trading. That's been pressuring crude and keeping it in the low 80s, just hovering above the 80 handle. Again, that's crude. So, but the weakness overall is what's dominating the Aussie. I zoom into the 60-minute time frame. Let's blow that up now. And what we've got is the potential for a bracket. I'm sorry, the 240, not the 60. What I've got here is a potential for a bracket, and what I mean by that is we've got the sideways movement here on this time frame, dominated by the blue grab candles, indicating that neutral market sentiment. I could go ahead and overlay, for example, the Auto Chartist Power Stats, or what I really was focusing in on is this large triangle. There's a downtrend line coming down here. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. It's a downtrend line coming down like this. Be nice if you could see it, right? So paint that red. I do like my red, indicate resistance. All right. Where's that red? There we go. And then we've got the uptrend line. Probably two of them here. We've got this one. Now, this uptrend line, I want to paint green. Green, of course, indicating support. And I could probably draw in a second one, which we'll go ahead and do from this low. Remember, there's oftentimes multiple trend lines. It's not always just a trend line. Don't think that you have to find the perfect one. Oftentimes there are multiple trend lines occurring on the chart. So we've got this pattern here. Now, I've even considered this smaller section here is possibly, and I'm not crazy about it, but possibly a bear flag, but I might be getting a little too creative here at this time of day. Triangle pattern for sure, waiting for the breakout or breakdown. Now notice, over here on the left-hand side, I've already got my buy stop and my sell stop in. This is called bracketing. Okay? What that means is, I've identified where the breakout or breakdown could occur. I've put my stop orders in, and essentially what happens is, if there is a breakdown following that daily chart's directional bias, leave the buy stop in, because that will effectively become your initial stop loss. If we break up higher through the downtrend line resistance of the pattern, leave the sell stop in. That will become, again, your stop loss. So bracketing takes care of your entry, but it also takes care of your initial risk management by having an order that would flatten you out on the opposite side of the pattern. It's my belief that if a triangle is broken down through support, a break up higher through resistance would invalidate the short trade. Okay? The short trade would be invalidated because we've broken the opposite side of the pattern, and vice versa. So that is, briefly and hopefully succinctly stated, the whole idea of bracketing a momentum trade, in this case a triangle pattern. And I wanted to just make this a quick lesson, so hopefully you guys got the gist of it and can go out and identify it and do it on your own now.